What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back with yet another video. I know you guys are probably getting tired of me. I wanted to show you guys this one. This one just arrived in the mail today. Really cool Attack of the Clones prototype. These came on the Saga Blue card. I believe it was a 2001 or 2002 figure. We'll check the date stamp in a second. But this is Unduli Luminari. She is a Jedi. And this is a first shot prototype. And I got a really good deal on it. And hey, just so you know, for me, the most dangerous time for me is when I first wake up. Because I wake up really early. I wake up about 3:30 or 4 a.m. usually. And for people who have listed items late night, you know, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning or internationally, I usually get first dibs on them. Not always, but, you know, the stuff pops up at a good price, and I can't resist it. And I do not need to be spending any more money right now, but I found this figure, and it was listed as just an unpainted final figure, but it is actually a first shot prototype. And so it's a really cool figure. I always loved the figure. I noticed it when Blacked Out Ewoks, another YouTuber, was going through some of the Saga Blue cards from 2001, 2002 time frame. And I just, you know, it's such a ridiculous looking figure, yet it's beautiful. I mean, it's almost like a piece of art. It's just absolutely gorgeous. And so this one got listed on eBay. It was listed as a final production piece, unpainted. And that's not what this is. This is actually a prototype figure. Now, how do you tell? Well, the figure colors are actually very close to an unpainted final production piece. But what gives this away as a prototype is that the saber is a different color, alternate color, non-production color than the retail version. And I'll include at the end of the video where I usually put my photos, I'll include a photo of the final figure that I found on, you know, it's for sale on eBay, just loose. And I found one also still in the package for sale. So I cropped those, and I'll include those at the end. But the actual saber that came with the final retail figure is a yellow color. And so I checked it before I bought this. I checked really quickly to see what, you know, to make sure that this was actually just, you know, it could have been an unpainted final production piece, which is not worth anything. But once I saw that the saber was a different color, I knew that this was actually an engineering prototype. Probably a late stage prototype. You know, prototypes come in all different stages, but this is pretty close to a final engineering prototype before paint has been kind of decided upon. And so, you know, I call that kind of a mid-stage prototype, veering towards the final prototype. So, you know, the saber is a blue. The one that came with it is a blue color, and it's unpainted, and it has like a brown plastic. The final production one, as I said, was more of a yellowish green saber. So it's a totally different plastic color, and then the saber is painted. This piece is like a reflector. You know, I guess it attaches to the lightsaber at some point, and show, you know, it's supposed to be her reflecting, you know, blaster fire. This is the correct retail color, and then the actual figure itself is an unpainted, very similar plastic colors to the final production figure. Now let's take a look and see if we can figure out what year it was. I got really bad eyes, folks, so let me see if we can zoom in there. LFL. Let's see here. This is a really exciting video. 2002, LFL, made in China. So, you know, there's a lot of people that will sell on eBay and say it's a first shot prototype, but all it is a final production piece that was never painted. That's not really worth anything, and it won't be graded as such. But this will be graded as an engineering prototype only because of the saber. The saber color is totally different. It's a totally different color plastic. So that's what saves it and allows it to become kind of a mid-stage prototype. But look how awesome this figure is. I mean, it's completely ridiculous. She's in this kind of splayed out pose, but the way that the cape is done, I mean, that is just, I mean, it's a piece of art in my opinion, and it's going to look absolutely fantastic in an acrylic coffin. So I'm going to send this into Collector Archive Services for, you know, for their prototype grading. But just an absolutely gorgeous. I mean, all the textures on the cape and her kind of her robe. I mean, that is just absolutely gorgeous. And you know, some of these Saga / Attack of the Clone figures, you know, some of them are mailed in and they're not very good. But this is one that I always thought was a gorgeous figure and really underappreciated. And you know, to find one that has a non-production saber color that is unpainted like this, you know, it'll qualify as a first you know, first shot prototype. So I just thought it was so cool though, and you know, that's something to look for. So you know, if you see if for those of you who actually collect prototypes, if you see one that looks really cool and it's really low priced, this was about mid-priced. It was in range with other prototypes for this line, but you know, sometimes you'll see some that are listed way below what prototypes should be listed for, and all it is an unpainted final production piece. It's not, you know, it doesn't qualify as a prototype. So I very quickly, you know, just Googled or you know, went on eBay and checked what the final production piece looked like, and you know, if this saber color had been a different color, I probably would not have bought it. But because you know, this plastic color is totally different than the final retail, I felt very comfortable in picking it up and sending it in as a prototype. So just a really cool piece though, and glad to add it to my ever expanding pile of crap that I need to get graded. So thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.